There it is. There it is. What's going on, world? Yeah, man. I see. Before we continue, let me show you this. Ugh. Don't these chairs were donated by Ezzy to the Madrona Playfield. So that's what I'm sitting on here. That's what I'm sitting on here. And those here from the playback, I want you guys to understand something. Kind of doing this one because need to just kind of keep staying working hard, stay grinding at doing as many lives throughout the day, speak more, carry a handful of tissues on me. You know what I'm saying? Get a handful of tissues on me so that way I can blow my nose when necessary. It's been my complaint the past couple of weeks has just been about this pollen, all of this pollen and what do you call this? These allergies in the air, man. And it was so bad that my dad took some time off and he was just chilling at the house. I was like, "You still feeling sick?" I just try to boil him a certain type of tea. You know what I'm saying? Put some orange peels in there, dried up orange peels. Put some lemon and ginger powder, like this little tea powder in there. Boiled it up for him. Make sure he was good. Stuff like that. Like it was affecting everybody pretty much. So couldn't really complain. Might get it to the park so I can stand up and whatnot, but last time I did that, nothing but dog scat all over the place, man. All over that joint right there. So I was kind of upset, a little upset about it. But like I said, days like this, I'm actually originally I was gonna do my recaps. That's what I was gonna speak about. No more recaps. So I kind of was just listening to the audience. This is kind of just a welcome back to the lives after a long time. After game four. So I did game four on Thursday, I believe. Yeah, Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. Thursday night. So that would have meant Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I did nothing. Um, unless it was on Friday. I think game four was on a Friday. But yeah, it's really interesting. You know what I mean? It's really interesting. I will say, like the recap stuff is interesting, but I thought back to a couple of live chats I had a long time ago where people are like, yeah, I like that it's not, they like the fact that there's no clickbait and whatnot. Super Plays, how you doing, Super Plays? Thank you for dropping in. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate it, man. Hope you're having a good morning or afternoon. I don't know where you're at, but hope you guys are having great mornings and good afternoons. Everyone dropping in and out the chat. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Ouchmaker, is that right? Appreciate you guys coming in. Pause. Dropping in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get my morning right here. I got to actually grab my coffee like 30, 40 minutes ago, so it's a little cold now, but or like warm, but it's still good. It's still a Americano, still a Pacinato brand. You feel me? Pacinato brand, a brand local to Seattle. That this one convenience store I go to, they stayed partnered with that family. So you feel me? I'm just out in the park right here. Here, let me show you what we're working with. I was thinking about doing a couple of lives at the basketball court, possibly. Just sit there, hoop around, maybe, and just kind of talk on the mic. But that'll be in the future. You know what I'm saying? It's a little play field. Sometimes they play like, it's not that big, but it's like they'll play like baseball, kickball, things like that. It's kind of a diamond, not really. They'll just make shift as they go along. But yeah, it's pretty chill today. The weather. Got the crew neck and some shorts, like a looking like a college kid, but you know what I'm saying. Nonetheless, it's chilly right now, but I'm gonna try to stay warm later because it's gonna hit them 70s. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna hit the 70s, but like there's gonna be so much direct sunlight. This is based off the weather report. Anything could change because there's one night it said it was gonna be like partly cloudy or something like that in the afternoon slash kind of sunny, and then it started like drizzling a bit, like there's a little bit of rain coming down. So I don't know. It's not always predictable like in Seattle. So it is what it is, man. But I kind of want to hit the park that way. I can just show off the fit, low key, be hella extra about it. It ain't worth it, but I'm it's on some flex time. Prop the phone up, something like that. Might post up on that side of the park too. There's a a mom and the kid playing, so I don't want to be in the way. But that's why I'm standing all the way out here. But some people were bringing their dogs out, so we'll see. I might be chilling out here just for a little bit, a couple more minutes. We'll see if I want to move around or not. I just wanted to tap in, let people know how I was feeling. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So the recaps. I'm gonna slow down on them recaps, man. Oh, happy birthday to Tupac too. June 16th. Happy birthday to Pac. You already know what it is. You know what I mean? Happy birthday, Pac. Um, the other aspect I was talking about was the recaps. You know, I was doing the recaps for Kill Tony and the NBA Finals. So there's technically be like up two to three finals games left to recap, and you know, I don't have much to talk about because I'm not a stat person. I'm not a statistician when it comes to sports. You know, I'm kind of just doing the eye test based on what I see, what I liked, and what happened. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. But even with Kill Tony, it was like my issue was I was recapping the jokes, but I was like, I'm kind of spoiling the jokes and the punchlines before you guys even watch it. Because a lot of people that are fan bases of mine don't really watch it. And like, part of me was kind of chasing the energy from the Alex Tarshu and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that whole thing was like, it was important to me because like I just didn't want to see his page get taken down, which you know it had happened. But I was kind of like, well, if there's a fan base of people that rock with Kill Tony and then they look for Kill Tony related stuff, and then they find my page, maybe we'll just do that because it's something I do on a regular basis anyway. You know what I mean? Like I'm kind of trying to be like all the way, maybe not all the way, but maybe like 80% transparent about my life, if that makes sense. I have nothing to hide, and I just want to share and try to, you know, share. And I'm not monetized yet, but I'd love to share and monetize everything about it. You know, not everything, like 80% is what I'm trying to say. Because some stuff is meant to be sacred. So I'll say like, let's say 70, bro. Let's be safe and say 70%. Because I'm at a point now where it's like, I'm not saying I'll do anything to make it, but I'll do what it takes. You know what I'm saying? I'll put the hard work in. So when I do these truancy hour joints, like when I do these TTHs and you see those, you're gonna try to see a lot more of those throughout the day. But it's a little tough right now because it's that time of the year where we're transitioning into summer solstice. And when that happens, it's just so pollinated, bro. It's just like it's starting to slow down a little bit, but when it started to heat up and fluctuate from temperatures, it got really hectic. You know what I'm saying? For a while, like past couple mornings, it's like my nostrils have just been filled. I had to blow my nose a lot. You know what I'm saying? My room's a little dusty. I shouldn't say a little. It's probably a very dusty. Like I've been having to move certain things and dust it off a lot. How's it going? So like it's kind of I don't know. It's just been like it's like a lot of phlegm, basically, like a lot of phlegm and I'm just congested, bro. It's like kind of crazy. So, but anyway, like I get through it in the morning, and then after I get past it, it's like everything's pretty smooth from there. So I'm not sure if I'm feeling bugs or something else, but yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much the gist of where I'm at, like health wise. You know what I'm saying? It's manageable. It's fairly manageable for the most part. But you know, I stopped going to the other park for a minute because I was like, also it's funny. I was tapping into there was this live stream that I watched from the whole playback from the beginning to the end. It was like I forget her name. I don't know if it was Brenda or something. I forget her name. Yeah, it's gonna bother me. But she was kind of speaking about the things that work for her best is like less is more. Now here's the thing about like live streams and YouTube and stuff like that. The title is one thing. Title is one thing to like catch people's attention with a title. That's what I try to do, but I try not to hit people with the questions because I don't want to hit people with, like I was saying, going back to what I was referencing with you know, one of the past live chats I had. Someone was saying the reason why I like your channel is because you don't do the clickbait and you make sure like, you know, because my thing is what I put in the title is usually what happens. I have a video where it says someone yelling out honey at the Seattle Seahawks game versus the Rams or the Cowboys or something. And then literally when you watch the video, excuse me, I'm like kind of mumbling here. Like 15 seconds, 12, 15 seconds of just like someone like yelling out honey, yelling for their honey in the in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Alondra, how you living? How you living, Alondra? How you doing? Appreciate you dropping in. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. So yeah, it's really interesting because like when I was kind of referencing that, I was like, I want to make my page as honest as possible. The thing is, when I'm doing the final stuff, I'm trying to get people from the NBA where to get the clicks. When I did the Kill Tony stuff, a lot of people from the Kill Tony stuff to get the clicks in. But I was like, you know what, man? Like, I'm just gonna stick to like whoever shows up, and whoever's here is here. Like, I'm gonna go back to that because for some reason that worked with the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, my numbers all week have been down from last week, pretty much till now, because it calculates from 5 days ago. So those past 7 days from 5 days ago, and backwards, so it would have been what 7, excuse me, 5 plus 7. So that's about anywhere from 5 to 12 days ago. Those numbers have been down, and it was like, oh yeah, I was doing all this like kind of like pandering towards certain audiences that aren't my own. So I was like, hey, let me just get back to pandering to my own audience. Let's get back to that. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of brings the numbers in. Those kind of interactions that had nothing to do with what do you call this? Specializing, I guess. Specializing in I don't know, specific topics or whatever. Kind of just keeping it open ended, kind of keeping it about me and just what I'm doing or what I'm about, like the open positivity that I'm about. Like that stuff is kind of what brings stuff in, which is interesting because I thought in my mind, I thought I had to do more. So at least I didn't drift off for a whole year. I'm happy to kind of just get back on this. You know what I'm saying? Hola. What is the dijo? What is dijo mean? I don't know. I don't know my Spanish that way that well, Alondra. Yeah, I'm fighting back the sneeze right here. Ooh, fighting back the sneeze right here. You speak let me know if you speak English because my Spanish isn't that good, but I'm reading what you write. So I hear you. But yeah, anyway, I say all that to say like, I'm trying to get back to this. Uh oh shit, I'm like hearing shit. My phone is starting to overheat for some reason. I think the light's right on it, that's why. Um Jesus. My bad, y'all. I'm just seeing cheeks mom through. I'm like, damn, looking right. Anyway, um, just trying to get back to like, I guess get back to like just personal truancy hour stuff. My dream is to get, I use the 3-digit system. You could see like, those first 100 episodes, it was, 001, right? All the way up to 009, 010, you know what I'm saying, 020, all the way up to like what 090, 099. And right now we're at 112. So because I'm doing triple digits, I was like, I guess the max would be 999. So I need to do 999 episodes. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole gist. I don't know if I could do it within a year. Like I started doing these back in like what January, maybe December or January, something like that. It was the winter time. I gotta check on the dates, but nonetheless, like you know, I'm at 112 right now, and it hasn't been a year. So that means I probably get there in about, on average, in 2 to 3 years, 3 to 4 years, something like that. I can get to 900 episodes, but we'll see how my energy and temperament is. Because some of these episodes, interestingly enough, were just kind of me forcing the issue. Me waking up in the morning and kind of telling myself, let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? Doing like 4 or 5 throughout the day. 3 to 4, more likely. I was doing like 3 to 4 of them throughout the day. But now, saying we do what we can, get it in how we can, whenever. So I don't know. Also, the other thing is my page is actually blowing up slowly. So like, because of that, the traffic coming through is like, the thing is, it's kind of weird. I don't know which algorithm I fall into necessarily. Obviously, there's a mix of Beyblade and gaming, and then live chats and stuff like that. But the whole thing is like, for example, I listen to a lot of ASMR before bed, and then I listen to ASMR if I wake up early in the middle of the night. So my thing is this: I get recommended a lot of ASMR in my algorithm, and it's a lot of these channels with all these different women, but it's like sometimes it's like long videos, short videos. And like my thing is, I'll go on the channel, like I don't care how good she looks, I'll go on the channel and see how many subscribers she has. If it's like within the 1,000 range, if it's over like 10,000, I probably won't follow her. You know what I'm saying? Not to be funny either. And my phone is overheating over here. I'm gonna just kind of put it to the left, a little bit, or I might go sit in the shade for a while. Um, but yeah, so if it's like, there's one channel, I forget her name. I think it's like there's Mia and then there's Amy, but they have only around 1,000 subs. each. Like they're starting to grow slowly, but they only have a few videos up. But their channels are like really low, and because of that, I make sure that like I follow them. But the ones that are already kind of self-made, there's only maybe like one or two self-made channels that like I follow, I guess. But I like to follow people early. But in the same regard, for me, it's interesting because it's like I try to keep up with excuse me, I'm trying to guess do. I guess I'm trying to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to just make sure that like my channel is like seen. I guess I don't know. Like I'm constantly hitting on all you know sides or whatever. I don't know what the word is, bro. Like that's what I'm trying to do the best of. So we'll see. I don't know if that makes sense. Like that, I'm just trying to make sure that like because I'm at 900 something. Obviously, we're chasing 1,000, but like we'll get there when we get there. I'm not worried. Put the work out there. Put we're not gonna joke around with the thumbnails. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna do no extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna do things correctly if that makes sense. So that's just my mentality with this. Um, Trying to do it my way, and it's like it's kind of a slow way, but it's almost like this is what I would naturally do. So why not master? Why not master what you naturally, how you naturally attack things? Let's master that. Let's refine that. Let's not try to make it any other type of way. So that's the way I look at it. Basically, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So, damn, I don't even do. I'm good. Look, I had to. Nah, but we'll see, man. You know, like I said, man, I'm over distracted, but I gotta stay focused myself, bro. Gotta stay focused, man. You dig? Also, that's another thing too. Is like I might retire from Beyblade, my guy. I really might have to. I think I'll do if I retire at all, it'll be in like August. You know what I'm saying? If I retire in August, it'll be cool because that way, you know, that way, I could save money. Then I might just start hitting the gym. So that's, the thing is, most of my videos are like every week and month. It's been about editing. You know what I mean? That's my biggest thing. But this week I figured out a different formula. And you're not saying it's right or wrong, but I will say like it works better for me because let me give an example, right? I go to uh I go to Tabletop Village on Sundays so that we have our weekly kind of thing and like I'm probably gonna edit some of the vlog today. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna edit the vlog, but more important than that, I think I'm gonna start posting them out a year or 5 years, a year to 5 to 10 years from now on some like throwback. This is what happened back in this era type thing. Because like I said, like my retirement's gonna be in uh in August. Um, you know what I mean? Because my last thing was June 27th. Does that make sense? So I gotta do things properly, basically. What was I gonna say? Dude, I had a thought process for a second ago. Kind of lost it. I'm just trying to walk over to the bathroom. I'm gonna hit the mute though. I'm gonna hit the mute. But yeah, I'm gonna get there. Yeah, let me post up. Give me 1 second. Ooh, I'm over here dropping my phone. My bad. I'm gonna blow my nose, y'all. What's going on, man? All right, so we'll see. I might walk over to that part. How's it going? What's what I ask? Should I ask? Hey, question. You speak English? ¿Qué es dijo? Dijo. Someone said dio hola. Dijo.
Okay.
What does that mean in English?
Someone say hi.
Dijo. What?
Say hi.
Dijo means.
Yeah, say.
Oh, same thing. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was trying to figure that out. Thank you, Alondra. Appreciate it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to. I gotta work on my Spanish more. You know, there's also different like the same way in the Philippines there's like dialects and stuff. You know what I mean? Different regions and different countries got like different ways of saying and interpreting things. So I'm trying to work on that a little more. I feel like most of my friends I grew up with was more like Guatemalan or Mexican Spanish, if that makes sense. So it was more on that lines. But then I started meeting people that were like Puerto Rican, Cuban, you know what I mean? Things like that. The island Spanish, you know what I mean? Even like Cuba's a little different. So that thing is like it throwing me off a little bit. But they got their own little thing. So I'll be thinking about that, man. Oh my God, Mason Rose, what's going on? Appreciate it, Mason Rose. Thank you for dropping in, bro. Appreciate that, man. I'm over here walking to the other. Oh shit, this is beautiful right here. They're doing a lot of construction on this side, but it look like it's getting finished. Look like it's getting finished. So yeah, man. I'm mic'd up. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I'm still mic'd up. But yeah, bro. Trying to stay just tapped in with working hard, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that looks. More of the content stuff. Like I gotta just keep on doing the edits and things like that. Chopping the videos up. More importantly, I have to send it to people directly if it was their match and whatnot, you know. Hey, morning. You know. People don't hit you with the eye contact, or they don't hit you with the what do you call this over here? They don't. It's no eye contact basically. So a lot of times that shit falls on deaf ears. When I hit people with a good morning, I try to just say hi, hello. When I make the eye contact, I do my best to nod my. You'll see me nodding my head a lot just to say hi to people. But um, I don't want to say it's an introverted city, but it's a city where you can just get away with like I'm just passing through. I'm just trying to get through the day. You know, I don't know if I want to live life like that personally, but for that I might have to move. You know, when you're in a tropical area, you do nothing but pay attention. You know what I'm saying? You out in the sun, you do nothing but paying attention. If that makes sense. So I'm on that type of time where I'm just trying to be aware, focused, and like, you know, observing is one thing, but like just talking to people. I like talking to people. You know what I mean? I guess. Like right or wrong. Like a lot of times the topics don't have to go into some political or religious. It's kind of funny because me and my guy Daniel were talking about this earlier. But it doesn't have to have like a purpose, but you know at the same time it also doesn't have to be a place of like prejudice or like, oh, I'm trying to